TNA, ladies and gentlemen, the March Madness show that's in February. This was a manic show, ladies and gentlemen. There was some very what the hell type of decisions. I think maybe two decisions where what the hell was done. The rest was just manic and actually well done. But I'm going to get through these two that I felt was what the hell. Why? The first one is Eli Drake. Eli Drake. What the hell? You have DCC. Actually, it's three things that make no sense. You have Eli Drake and Tyrus get their asses beat by DCC. You have a rematch. Then you have a breakup. Then you have a Facts of Life segment. And then you have this match where it makes no freaking sense. Eli Drake should be in the main title scene. He should be the grand champion if it isn't for Drew Galloway. Mind you, where's Drew? Why didn't they show him in the show? At least a promo segment would have been nice. But a guy dealing with Tyrus, and I know people don't like Tyrus. I actually like Tyrus in the respect that there's potential that he can become much better. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear this. The guy is a Fox contributor. Whether you like Democrats, Republicans, conservative, libertarians, liberal, I'm not talking about politics here. The guy is now on another show when he's not on TNA. He has to at least be able to articulate himself. So when you see the promo segments, the backstage segments, and the Facts of Life segments, he has improved his talking. I'm not saying he's an incredible talking like a Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin for that matter. I'm not even talking like he's an Eli Drake competitor, but he has improved. So I take that into account for a wrestler, female or male. You have to show some improvement somewhere to show that you're interesting. And he has become a bit more interesting. The only thing he really needs to work on is everything else. He needs to work on having better clothing. He needs to change his clothes. He needs to change his character. He needs to be something different than what he was as a Funkasaurus and as a Fixer. He just needs something different. And with the change in his attitude would compensate for his ring work. He's an average worker in the ring for a big guy. It's not a bad thing. So I'm seeing it in that respect. But when you see this match, Eli Drake trying to make deals with the guy and then pays him more money after he knocks out Earl Hebner, knocks his ass out and says, I'll pay you more money. I'll pay you more money. We're friends? He says, no, we ain't friends. I ain't shaking your hand, but I'll hug you. And that makes no sense. Why did you go through all this for? That didn't drum up any attention for the two. It made it look stupid. It actually dropped the stock for Eli Drake badly. And when it comes to Tyrus, it doesn't help him either. He had a little bit of stock like this. Now it's even lower for the fact that he was getting a little bit over with his talking. That seemed to have a little bit of credibility, have a little bit of respect and honor. And then doing this after he says that no one owns me. But then he gets bought out. It made no sense. It was stupid. Second thing that made no sense. Trevor Lee versus... What was that? The problem I see is this. And the match itself makes no sense. Because there's no real true full story. And that's due to the fact that we don't see the X Division on Impact. We see them on Explosion. Which I don't see... because I don't even know where to get the link in YouTube to actually see a current show. Now, if someone knows, leave a link below to where I can actually start watching the show, because I don't know where I've looked through Impact, and the only thing I see are different playlists of everything else. So, Impact for Explosion. Impact for Explosion. TNA, please. When Impact airs Explosion, well, when TNA airs Explosion, put it on your main page. Advertise the damn thing. Make people see Explosion who doesn't have Pop, or the Fight Network for that matter. Come on, please. Well, actually, they're not on Pop anymore. They're on Anthem. You know what I mean. Please. Only thing that was good was Andrew Everett and his feud was going to be with Trevor Lee. So basically, DJZ is an afterthought. This was just leading into Trevor Lee and Andrew Everett going after the title. I'm alright with that if they would show them more on the main show. Let them have backstage segments. Let them talk. Let them be outside the Impact Zone. Make the damn belt mean something. Make the X Division mean something. When you do something in the back that's not always related to the show, it actually means you care. Here's the third thing that made no freaking sense. DCC versus Jesse Goddard. Look, I'm glad Jesse has improved himself. He has become quite popular. If no one thinks he's popular, you need to reevaluate because he is becoming popular. I'm not saying he's hot, but he's more popular than he was before. So understand they're doing something with him. But you're using the DCC that you actually just, in the last month, within the month, you had DCC destroy several people. And now they can't even go after one guy. It makes no freaking sense. Why? Why? He wins, no problem, but then he takes care of Bram and Kingston. The week before, he couldn't get caught by Storm and Bram. I don't get it. Now, we're moving on to the things I loved. Red versus Blue. I think they got that from Rooster Teeth. If no one's seen what Rooster Teeth is, look on YouTube for Rooster Teeth. They have a Halo series called Red versus Blue. That's where they got that inspiration from. And I have no problem with it because the Rooster Teeth stuff is supposed to be very funny. And this, oh my gosh. Tell me that Jade isn't a beautiful woman that you want to marry and have for the rest of your life. Taking away from maybe she having implants, I don't think she does. She's just a heavy-chested woman. She wears a minimizing bra to hide her heavy chest. She is just a beautiful woman with a lovely voice that's really nice. And when it comes down to it, this feud she has with a Rosemary, who's another woman without the makeup on. Rosemary's a beautiful woman. She may not have the biggest breasts in the world, doesn't matter. She's a beautiful, intelligent woman. Both these women are good. Both these women are beautiful. They did beautiful promo segments. And the one thing I liked, their promo segments led to a last knockout standings match. One thing the WWE doesn't get. Wherever there's a special stipulation match, put a woman's name on it. Put a woman's part on it. Like they did when it came to the 30-minute Iron Man match. Couldn't you done the 30-minute Iron Woman match? Can't women get credibility as well? I'm just saying. And that tongue-licking kiss, oh my gosh. A part of me wanted to be on either side. I wouldn't mind Rosemary licking my damn face. And I wouldn't mind Jade giving me a kiss. Who wouldn't want one from either one of them? They're gorgeous women. Now, Josh Burnett's promo, well, vid pack actually. His vid pack was nice. His match with, what is the guy's name? Bad Bone from Germany. It wasn't very long. And I'm hoping Barnett is a little more careful the way he powerbombs somebody because Bad to the Bone could have almost broken his freaking neck the way he powerbombed his ass. And he taps him out. Am I interested in seeing Barnett? Yes, I'm not into UFC or MMA much. Very rarely do I watch the product. It's not because I hate mixed martial arts. It's just something I don't normally watch. It doesn't mean I don't think that it is incredible and it isn't a better... See it like this. It's a modern day boxing. If you don't know about that, years ago boxing was it. That was the only thing that mattered. This is a modern day version of it. Boxing is taking a back seat to MMA. Let's be honest. It is nothing like it used to be. It is a joke. And in the end, I'm interested in seeing Barnett go up against Lashley, but why does it have to be so soon? Why does that match have to be so soon? Let's just swerve to it. I'd rather see this built after a couple months. Let Barnett have a couple more opponents. Then let Lashley come at him a couple of times. warn him a little bit more, and then have a little bit of confrontation in the ring before they actually do this. I would rather stretch it out at least another month, maybe 2. That actually would really help Barnett, and it would help Bobby Lashley to build more of a character for him. What am I forgetting here? What am I forgetting? The Cody Rhodes. I almost forgot that. I hate when I forget things, ladies and gentlemen. You guys can tell me below when I forget something. If I don't leave it in my description that I've forgotten, I'm sorry. Please tell me when I forget something. But what happened there in the beginning of the show? I could see it coming. I could see it coming a mile away. When they called out Moose, when it was nice, let's be honest, it was nice to see Cody back. It was nice to see Brandy talking with Cody. It was nice to see them together and showing a tender moment. Yeah, he said, yeah, it's corny. Deal with it. I'm fine with it. But in the end, when they called out Moose, I said, uh-oh, Moose is done. There is no way they're not going to try something with Moose. And I was right. That part that he said, you got my number, she got my number, I got your back. And he's going, you have his number? You have his number, so that means she didn't tell him that she had his number? You, in a sense, have to kind of root for Cody a little bit, because if Brandy didn't bother to tell Cody that she's got the number of Moose, even if Moose is, well, supposedly not trying to make a play on one of the most sexiest women in TNA. Let's be honest, Brandy got it. Woo. That is a gorgeous woman, even with those bow legs. She is beautiful. You wonder, is he making a play for my woman? So he says, okay, I'm playing. No, I'm not. In the freaking gonads with the knee, beats his ass up and grabs his woman and say, you're coming with me now. Now, I'm going to say this honestly. Personally, I would not do that to a person I'm in love with. I wouldn't just grab her and just take her and who the fuck you think you're messing with? You're with me. But I understand how they want to develop this. If Cody's back for a little while, they got to have a reason for him to be doing something, because Lashley is messing with Barnett. So it actually makes sense for him to bother Moose. And this actually does give Moose a little bit of a rub. Let's be honest. Cody has been in WrestleMania. Well, has been to WrestleMania. He has been to many pay-per-views. He has been on the main roster of WWE for quite a while. He knows how to do good work. And this rub from Cody Rhodes really could help Moose. I really believe that. And this will also be good for Brandy, because let's be honest, I love me some Brandy. I don't believe she's a bad talker at all. She does feel like she needs more work. Just like her ring work, she's incredibly green. She doesn't have a real developed character. She's very green in the ring. She's still very green in talking, even though she talks very well. That's something you don't normally get in wrestling. Or in my case, a wrestling reviewer. I don't talk very well. But you got my point, ladies and gentlemen. This is good for her to stay off of wrestling. Let her be by Cody's side. And if it comes down to it, she can switch to Moose's side. You never know. This could actually develop pretty well. And I'm alright with it. Now, second to last thing. Oh my goodness. The expedition of gold. And gold member. The guy says, I love gold. I'm going to put something in my face when I say that, because I just sound stupid. But still, this storyline, I love this storyline. I said this before, I'm going to say it again. I know this is getting a little long. This is probably going to 18 minutes. But I got to say this. When it comes to the Hardys and TNA, I don't know who came up with this concept. I don't care if it's Matt who came up with this concept, Jeff who came up with this concept, Jeff Jarrett came up with this concept. I don't care even if it was Josh Matthews or the frickin' Pope who came up with this idea. Or frickin' Madison Rayne, and she passed it on. I don't give a fuck who came up with this concept of the Expedition of Gold. This is the most entertaining situation I have seen in wrestling in years. This isn't about the indies getting a shine because people love the indies so fucking much compared to the main main promotions. I'm not seeing that respect. I am seeing for what it is. Wrestling has not gotten a really good buzz no matter which promotion in years. The WWE, no matter how juggernautish or ginormous they are, they have problems because their work is not that good. One aspect of their show, SmackDown, is more better than Raw. And that's not good. Their pay-per-views are mostly a joke. So when you see this, you have hope for wrestling. Not indie wrestling. Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. If no one understands, when one promotion shines, if they do it right, other promotions can shine, especially if you work with them. Mid-Atlantic Wrestling. I'm happy they did this. That segment in the back when they transported themselves to Mid-Atlantic Wrestling and saw Mid-Atlantic, the Mid-Atlantic Outlaws. And they were ready to fight. And this guy comes from the back and he says, no, don't fight them. Let them face the champs. We haven't had a new champ in 12 years. And said, what, 12 years? That, in actuality, is probably true. There's a lot of times these territorial promotions don't always switch out their tag champions or the main champion. They don't. Sometimes they keep them there for years. So this is a change for them. They're getting spotlighted on a promotion that is generally considered second in line in the world. Even if it's really a very distant second, it's still considered second in line. And ahead of ROH or New Japan Pro Wrestling or Lucha Underground. I am happy they won the freaking titles. I love the fades. I love to see that the spectators are trying to play along with the storyline, and they're telling them, look, act surprised, we want to do this for TV. And that kid in there was laughing because I can't believe this happened. He said, oh, they're watching me. I don't know if I have that image. I may put it up. But in the end, this was wonderful. I love it. I want to see who they're going after next. I don't know who it is next. Now they're using that very boat they did in the war and the Decay, the Great War with Decay. They're putting the titles in there and the fireworks and sparkles come out. And that is pantomime, as they call it. It's a spectacle. It's not meant to be serious. It's meant to be fun, and that's what we need. And now we move on to the final thing, the train wreck. I'm going to be honest here. I forgot what was the reason for Braxton Sutter having to do this. I forgot that they told him, if you don't do this, Ali's going to get fired. You never see her again. I admit I forgot. I kept saying it was a secret. And whatever the secret has to be, it's got to be good. And in a sense, that is good. What did we see? We saw Aaron Rex and Spud come down to the ring. We saw Laura Van Ness. She's pretty and everything. We saw the Mike Bennett drunk out of his freaking mind because he doesn't know how to respond to his wife. And in the end, we saw, oh my gosh, tell me that Ali didn't look gorgeous in blue. Tell me she didn't look beautiful. And that look of Braxton Sutter with his eyes all bulged out, and I'm going to put it right in my face. I'm actually going to put both of them in my face. The one before that of Ali and this one. It has to be shown. And after that, that ridiculous pantomime wedding, which I wish sometimes when they do this, I wish they would do it in a different setting. I'm going to be honest here. I would rather see this in a real setting, in a real church. They clean out the church of the chairs and actually do it. Or at least some type of hall or something. Something different than the ring. I know a lot of people would say, no, you won't have the cheers, because the cheers for Braxton Sutter not to marry her was great. The cheers for Ali to say, I object, I object, I object, was beautiful. I understand the reason why they do them inside of a ring, because this is where it's at. I just like once in a while to actually do it in a different environment. Once in a while. But in the end, we got the beatdown of Mike Bennett by both Braxton Sutter and Robbie E. You got the beatdown of, who was it? Of Sienna against originally Ali for a little bit, and then you tie in Brooke to make it even more better. And then with Laura Van Ness on the floor crying with liquor in her hand, and the Maria up the ramp, you get the hug and the kiss of the Sutter and the Alley. This actually worked. Weirdly enough, it did. I didn't know if it was going to work, but it did. This entire show was manic, and it was good to see it manic. But this is just my point of view. You guys tell me below, and I hope you enjoyed the Zane's View. Please give me a comment below. Watch for something special. I'm putting up, it'll probably come up after this, maybe later tonight or tomorrow, talking about an interview with Naomi. You will find out soon. Either tonight or tomorrow, or be updated. Or not updated, upload. Have a good day. Have a good night.